Everyone's having an awesome summer so far. It is definitely a bit warmer summer for us this year. However, it is still my favorite season. And so, of course, we want you to be healthy, but man, it's so great to get out with your friends, and your kids are out of school, and so you get a lot more time to play. There's more things to do. The days are longer. We always have the best intentions, but sometimes those best intentions in our health and nutrition go out the window. So I thought I'd put together a few tips, 3 S's for a sizzling summer, because of course I want you to eat the barbecue, rosé all day, stay up too late, have too much fun, golf, ski or hike, water ski, all the fun things, have some adult beverages. But if you don't skimp on these, then you don't have to skimp on all the fun for summer. So I also want, it's really hard for me to do these just talking to a screen. So if I can get some interaction, I want to just kind of give some trivia if people would answer some of these questions, and then we'll win some swag. Maybe we'll turn that swag into blue bucks for Gen Blue if you're registered for Gen Blue. So anyways, the first one that I want to talk about, these are in no particular order. So I want to call it the 3 S's. I said sip, sip, hooray. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Often when we think we're hungry, we're really just thirsty. In fact, approximately 75% of us in America are chronically dehydrated. We don't drink enough water. First thing I tell people when they come to me for any sort of nutrition coaching, drink more water, drink more water, drink more water, track your water. A fun fact, water is our most important macronutrient and most vital to our health and vitality. A 6-foot tall, lean man has sufficient fat stores on his body that he doesn't need to eat a thing for 60 days. 2 months he could fast. However, that same man and any of us can only survive without water for 3 days. That's survive, that's before you're dead. So you're going downhill a long time, and quickly though. So with hydration, drink your water first thing in the morning before your coffee. Chug at least 16 ounces. I like to, get my huge jug of, or a shaker bottle, and I fill it up with a little bit of lemon juice and sweeten it with stevia, and then the rest of it is water. So when we're most hydrated is first thing in the morning. Helps flush out the toxins for all that rest and restore that we did overnight, and it increases your energy. And remember, alcohol is dehydrating as well. So while I want you, again, rosé all day, in all the things, when you're drinking, aim for at least 8 ounces of water for every cocktail. So 5 ounces pour of rosé, not some of my pours of rosé maybe, or, so just try to balance your alcohol consumption with your water consumption. And so, and just to shoot for your total water that you consume per day, or should be consuming per day, it's just simple math. Take your weight and divide it by half, and that's how much you should drink in ounces as a baseline. Then, every hour of exercise, add 16 ounces. For every 2,000 feet above sea level, talking to you, Sun Valley, Telluride, Vail, Steamboat, all you guys in the mountains, another 8 ounces. All right, so Vail, you're at 8,000 square feet, so, or 8,000 feet above sea level. So, if you're 200 pounds, you live in Vail, you exercise for 2 hours, and that's a mountain bike ride, right? You need 164 ounces of water. That's a lot. How many ounces? Here's my first trivia question. How many ounces is in a gallon? Balance water and beers. Yay, Sarah Thompson, you win a $50 certificate to the swag store, 128 ounces. So that 200-pound man in Vail, Colorado, would have to drink over a gallon of water. This is why people I used to make fun of at the gym for carrying around their gallon of water that had the cute little blanket made for it. It's no joke. We need hydration. And when you're in the sun, even more. So listen to your body, drink more water. Todd, mind your business. and I didn't see her response. All right, the second thing, of course, Michelle, it's 128 ounces. 128 ounces is in a gallon of water, or is in a gallon of any liquid. So number two, sunscreen. Should be no brainer, but it definitely gets skimped on in the summer. Who can remember a really bad sunburn that you've had where, I mean, it hurt to shower in cold water? You know, in the summer, we're outside more, we're on the water more, in the water more, at the pool, on the lake, at the river, fishing, you name it. And here's why it is so important to apply and reapply. And not just on your kids, on us too. I'm really great at getting my kids. I'm really bad at it myself. So UV rays not only damage our skin causing sunburn, but they also damage our TSGs, which is their TSG is a tumor suppressor gene. And they literally is a gene that encodes a protein that acts to regulate cell division. So that's when our cells, I talk about autophagy and things like that, where our cells are dividing and replicating. But if we have a diseased or damaged cell, we don't want that one replicating and dividing and making more. We want it out of here. And so those TSGs can target them and get them out. So they also damage that, which is why we have such an increased risk of skin cancer. Even one blistering sunburn in childhood or adolescence more than doubles your chance of developing melanoma. That's a huge risk. So definitely make sure you get your kids. I know that I was terrible with the, baby oil and tin foil, and I remember at least one really bad sunburn. Skin damage also builds up over time. So you can't reverse it, but you can definitely go forward. Oh, Amanda, bless your heart. Yeah, the lighter skinned you are too, and the redheads. Oh my gosh, you guys we really have to make sure that lighter eyes, lighter skin, if you're prone to burn easily, man, reapply. And then 5 or more sunburns more than doubles your risk of developing potentially deadly melanoma. So I don't know if there's a scale on which melanoma is better than the other, but just protect yourselves from the sun. So a few things on the sunscreen. It's all chemical. There's no organic. It's all chemical. There's one that absorbs the rays and one that scatters the rays. The UVB rays. So there's 2 rays also to remember: UVA and UVB. A lot of sunscreens will protect from the UVB. I just remember that because B is for burn. So the B's burn you, the A's age you. So we don't want to do that either. So you want to get a broad spectrum sunscreen. It protects against both. SPF of at least 30. I try for 50 now. Oh, here's my second trivia. What does SPF stand for? Thanks, Brandon. I'm going to tell everybody, remind that as well. So SPF, next trivia question, first answer. Lindsay Stevens wins $50 to the swag store, or you can choose to convert it to Blue Bucks for Gen Blue. Yes, sun protection factor. So you want to reapply every 2 hours, at least 30 or 50, or preferably 50, at least 30, broad spectrum. Don't forget those earlobes behind your neck, the back of your knees, and the top of your feet. All right, moving on to the last, and one that I've actually done a longer Fitspo Friday on: sleep. Okay, so we've got sip, sunscreen, sleep. Sleep is one of the most important and powerful controllers of our metabolism. And having insufficient sleep increases our production of ghrelin, which is a hunger hormone, and suppresses leptin, which is the satiated hormone. Okay, remember, ghrelin is the gremlins that say, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Leptin is like the lucky leprechaun with the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's like that girl that you go to lunch with and you both order the same chicken salad and you inhale yours every bite on your plate. And this girl, trying to keep it PG, this girl eats half of a salad. It's just a bunch of lettuce with some chicken. Anyways, Getting insufficient sleep will make you hungry. You will eat more. And it's not just getting sleep, getting the quantity, 7 to 9 hours. There's also the quality of sleep that you're getting. A sleep stage is about 90 minutes if it's uninterrupted. And so you fall into sleep and it's non-REM, and then you go into REM sleep where your eyes are moving around and that's when you're dreaming. And then there's the deep sleep. And so deep sleep is really where the magic happens, especially as we age. It's where the glucose to your brain is restored. And so it balances your hormones and helps make memories and helps remember things, recall information, all of the brain fog. It's better when you have deeper sleep. And then consistency. So if you're getting 7 to 9 hours, but you're going to bed one night at midnight and sleeping in, and then the next, at 8 p.m. and whatnot, your body's getting thrown all sorts of signals. So you really want to honor your circadian rhythm and keep a consistent sleep routine. And I did talk about this test or the study that in that other Fitspo Friday where I spoke about a whole thing on sleep and nutrition and how to optimize your sleep and all of that, if you want to check that out. But there is a study, one of 2 that I talked about, where they took healthy, lean test subjects and for 4 nights, they got 8.5 hours of sleep, okay? Sufficient sleep, quality sleep. They were on a very strict, strictly controlled food intake, okay? And then the next 4 nights, they got 4.5 hours of sleep. So still getting sleep. And I mean, who hasn't crushed the day on 4.5 hours sleep? I know I have. Consistently, you cannot. And 4 days, after 4 days, you guys, their glucose tolerance decreased by 16% and their insulin sensitivity. Remember, we want to be insulin sensitive. We want to be sensitive. We don't want to be resistant. All right. That decreased by 30%. So literally, that's from their fat cells. Their fat cells were comparable to those in someone who is obese. So these lean people, after 4 days of insufficient sleep, their fat cells were beginning to behave like those of someone who is obese and diseased. So, so happy to be with you guys. I will leave it open if anyone has any questions. I'm going to do one more trivia question. What does REM stand for? REM sleep. Rapid eye movement. Oh gosh, who's the first one? Teresa, you don't count. Danny Hayes, you get $50 to either Gen Blue or the swag store. So sorry guys, I think I told everyone, or I don't know if that was okay for me to start doing those giveaways. However, it was kind of a last minute, I just sprung on you, but I love this. I need interaction. And I wish I could just see everyone on a screen. I cannot wait. Todd's been traveling and seeing some of you guys, and I have FOMO, so I've been trying to FaceTime as much as possible. Yep, whoop strap, whoop. I can talk about that another time if you'd like. Yeah, so sunscreen for someone who's sensitive or allergic, there's a lot of, they call them organic or all natural. It's not natural, it's still a chemical, but look for those natural sunscreens. There's a couple that I like. One is called Goop, G-O-O-P, and then the other one that I just tried. Actually, Danny, you turn me on to that one. I can send them. I have to look at I've got a plethora of sunscreen. I've got one specific to golf too because it doesn't make you greasy, so I can send that. Kula, it's Kula, Danny said. Yes, permanent sunscreen. Coleman, just reapply, and you probably really need to focus under your eyes and wear it. Yes, super goop. That's what I do as well, Lindsay. That's what it is, super goop. And also, yeah, wear hats whenever possible. And don't forget a baseball hat. It only protects you here. Baby oil with iodine. Oh my word. You guys are hilarious. All right, well, if there's no other questions,